Hey everybody.
Hey guys.
And welcome back to Connect Time with Wayne and Trish.
We're on the couch again.
Yeah. And today we want to talk about winning in life.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
And in particular, we want to talk about self-discipline.
Ooh, say it again, baby.
Self-discipline, you know, if we're going to win in life,
Yeah.
self-discipline
It's part
is
of the parcel.
something that we have got to get and have in our lives.
True.
I was just talking with a young guy the other day, last week, and he's got these great dreams for his business and all these things he wants to do in his life, and he's a young man with a lot of talent and a lot of potential. And he was talking to me and he was asking for advice, and he said to me, Wayne, what must I do? How do I get there? How do I get to these goals? And I looked at him and I gave him the bad news.
It's really easy, champ.
It's really simple. You just have to have discipline. And the reason is because, you know, no one who's ever done anything significant or great in this world, whether it's music or business or for God, has done it without living a disciplined life.
Yeah,
Discipline is critical to getting to our goals. It's something that we have to have. In life,
and embrace it. I love what Calvin Coolidge says. He says, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. And I think self-discipline is that. It's just being persistent. He says, talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful, talented men.
Wow.
Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts.
Whoa,
that's heavy.
those are strong words.
He says, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Yes, he used the word omnipotent.
That is so true, though. I mean, I love the way he said there that unrewarded genius is like a proverb.
Yeah.
You know, so often we hear people like, wow, they have so much potential. They
brilliant.
could do so much with their life.
Yeah.
But they just can't seem to get there. And what's lacking is the fact that they're not able to take that genius or that talent or that gift that God has given them
And really steward it.
and steward it well and
Yeah.
live a disciplined life.
And the reality is, if you want to be successful in business, in your relationships, in your parenting, in your spiritual life, you're going to need to have this aspect.
A well-disciplined
life.
Yeah.
It's even in the Bible. Proverbs 13 verse 4 says,
Come on, give us the
the
Bible."
soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing.
Wow.
I think that's really
very strong.
really strong. The soul of a lazy man desires.
They want all that stuff.
I really want to be, you know,
But they're lazy.
great or excellent or a brilliant sports person, but I'm never going to put the time in. But the soul of the diligent shall be made rich.
There you go.
So that's encouraging, that if you are a diligent person, it's goodness and mercy and riches are going to follow you.
Omnipotent. I like Coolidge's saying it. It's really it's the game changer in life, in winning in life. Yeah.
Along with the game changer of communication.
Yeah.
Proverbs 21 verse 5 says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty, but those of everyone who is hasty will surely lead to poverty.
Yeah.
So if you're just going to be hasty, slapdash, rush through things,
unplanned, unprepared,
you're not,
unorganized.
it's going to lead you to poverty. But if you're going to be a diligent person, you're going to be steadfast and persistent and hardworking. It's going to bring plenty into your life.
So Coolidge was really just quoting Proverbs right there.
Pretty much.
In what he was saying. Okay. So there's another guy at the moment who's quite big on the scene in America, and he's an author and a speaker and leader of an organization that really talks about self-discipline. His name is Jocko Willink, all right? And he was actually a Navy SEAL for 20-something years, and he's of a special elite force, okay? Elite unit, all right? So you can get an idea of who this guy is.
We're not sitting back and putting our feet up.
To this. The name of the unit was Task Unit Bruiser.
Ooh, okay. Intimidating.
All right, so we know what kind of guy this is.
They're hardcore guys.
And they were the most decorated units in the Iraq War.
Wow.
All right, when he retired from the army and being a commander in that, he then started a business, became a businessman, and became a multi-million-dollar business in the area of leadership and management development.
Sure.
All right. Then he decided to write books, and he became a New York Times #1 bestseller.
Sounds like an overachiever.
So this guy's got success.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of success everywhere in his life. But listen to what he says.
What does he have to say to
Listen
us?
to what he says. He says that basically everything positive in my life has come from discipline.
Sure. Puts it all down to discipline.
Yeah. He said, I didn't make it through SEAL training based on my natural athletic abilities. No, I had the discipline to train hard in preparation and then work hard during the training.
Wow. So it wasn't just arriving at the moment and doing really well in it. It was all
he's
the
one
work.
of those guys who prepared for the training.
Prepare for the preparation for the training. Wow.
All right, he carries on. He says this, my career in the SEAL teams was not based on some intrinsic gift, but rather on the willingness to do what needed to be done and to do that day after day.
Sure.
Do what needs to be done day
Okay.
after day. I did well in college, so he went to college, all right, not because of some supreme intellect. He confesses he's not the smartest
Sure,
all right, guy
sure.
around, but because I had the discipline to study hard.
Sure.
And when I was inspired to write books, that inspiration didn't sit down and start typing for hundreds of hours. No, it was the discipline that actually put the words on paper.
Wow.
I
So it
mean-
wasn't the inspiration, the moment of, I want to write this book.
Because we all have those inspiring moments.
I
I want
feel
to be
so
an author.
inspired.
I want to be a muso. I want to learn a new language.
But it was the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of writing.
Yeah,
sitting
it was
down
the
and-
persistence and diligence that actually got him there through
That's
all
so
of that,
good.
and got him to the place of success where he is in life, where
Jeez.
he's winning in life. You know,
And, yeah. But you know what? I think there's that cliche about success, that it's the place where opportunity and preparation meet each other.
yeah, but it's true. Yeah,
It's
it's
so
cliche,
true.
but it is true. Where
Yeah.
opportunity and preparation meet,
Yes.
there's success.
That's when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think a good example of this is David and Goliath.
Yeah,
you know,
very good
there,
example.
There you've
Yeah.
got David and Goliath, and you kind of look at the moment that, oh, David, this young boy, slays the giant, and then he's catapulted into,
Yeah.
you know, this new chapter of his
Wow,
life.
everyone's singing songs about him.
Nah,
David
he's the
slayed
man.
thousands. He's the man. He's the guy with the power
But
for the hour.
actually, it
Yeah.
was that success was actually based on years and years of preparation
Yeah.
that preceded that moment of opportunity that came. when
Yeah,
he had
which
to
is
stand
not
before
really
Goliath.
spoken about
No.
too much in the word.
But
hey?
I mean, if
But
he
we
was,
know it's there.
we know it's there because he was a shepherd boy and he had a sling, and it's
Yeah.
recorded that he killed a lion. It's
Yeah.
recorded that he killed a bear. So he
Yeah.
obviously had some form of
You
skill.
don't
of-
just kill a bear.
no.
No, you don't
When
just
last did you kill a bear,
lion.
babe?
Kill bears every day, all right? No, like I can imagine him with that slingshot,
Practicing,
trying to hit
practicing.
bottles. He wouldn't be hitting bottles on a wall.
No, I was thinking more like maybe.
Pots,
No,
clay pots.
I was thinking like
Apples in the
little
tree.
animals that'll trying to scurry away or something.
Okay,
But then
maybe
that sounded a bit
hunting
cruel.
with that.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, he was doing something. He was
Practicing.
practicing before he killed that lion.
Maybe he was skipping stones.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
But we're going to stop there.
Okay, we'll stop with
He
my-
was doing prep.
He was preparing. And then when the opportunity came,
Yeah.
he was successful because of all that preparation that
Yeah.
had set him up for
Goliath
that moment.
was just another bear.
Yeah.
to
And
him.
he had also prepared himself in terms of his relationship with God. Because when he
True.
stood in front of Goliath, he said, "You come at me with sword and spear, but I come at you in the name of the Lord." It's
Wow.
like he knew who God was. He knew the power of God in his life working in that moment
Yeah.
to accomplish something.
So spiritual preparation.
Yeah.
He had a confidence in God. Physical preparation.
Hmm.
He knew how to use that sling and he knew how to slay big things.
Yeah.
And then Goliath comes along.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Yeah.
He was prepared for opportunity.
So I think you can definitely see that there was self-discipline in his life.
Yeah.
Because when that moment came, he was ready for
He
it.
was ready.
Yeah. And you know what? I think sometimes people complain about having lack of opportunities,
Yeah.
but a real
Come
question
on,
we have to
we're always
ask.
doing that. Yeah.
You know, we have to ask, like, if that opportunity comes, are you ready for it?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Are you
strong.
prepared? Have you been disciplining yourself?
So we can all whine about opportunities not being there. But what are we doing?
Are you
if
gonna
that
be ready for
So if
it?
your dream job came along, if that position, if whatever, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you really, will you be able to steward that thing?
Yeah.
And do it well?
Yeah.
Fully.
So good.
All right. So now discipline, Trish. Okay.
Discipline.
it's a game changer in life. Okay, it helps us win in life. But discipline is a hard thing.
Yeah, it's
right?
got a bit of a negative
As soon as I
connotation.
think about this word discipline, I'm thinking about waking up early,
Going to bed
going to
early.
bed early. I'm thinking about not eating the things I really want to eat. Eating things I don't want to eat.
Yeah, sacrifice.
Dragging my body to workouts when it just wants
Go
to
for that
lie.
run.
Yeah, down and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Studying when everybody's out having fun and
Yeah,
you open
doing
you've
your
got the books.
doing your books, doing your
Yeah.
projects.
So typically discipline, I mean, it does involve pain. It does involve sacrifice. How can we? What are some of the things we can do to stay disciplined and endure that pain and
Yeah.
see ourselves through so that we can get to?
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
such a good question because if we get these, and we've got 3 points for you guys, if we can
Yeah.
apply these, it'll make the whole discipline process a lot better.
A lot better, yeah.
Yeah. And so our first point is this: is that have a great prize.
Very good. I
There's
love
got to
that.
be something that you are aiming at
Yeah.
that is of greater worth than the hardship that you're going to endure through being disciplined and persisting and
Pain.
going through the pain
Yeah.
that is required. The joy that is set before you has to be greater than the work that you're going to be putting in. Like, it's really got to be that inspirational and
Yeah,
that
you got to want that.
you got to
prize.
want that
Have a
thing so
great
much.
Prize.
Yeah, and I
Something
think
you really want.
Yeah, I think you see that with elite athletes, that they've got a goal in mind. They want to break that world record. They
want
want to
that trophy, that
get that trophy. They
title.
want the title. They want to get that position. They're not just doing it because they feel like being an elite athlete is making them like more virtuous than the people around them. It's like they actually want their name etched into history as being
Yeah.
the fastest person.
They're
or-
not actually, that's a very good point. They're not just doing this in J.
Yeah,
There's a prize.
there's a prize.
There's something that they really want at the end of this.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes people refer to like having willpower, but it's not really willpower, it's want power. You know,
I love that.
I want
Yeah.
to achieve that. I want to
Yeah.
reach that goal. I want to get that. So it's not about needing more willpower, but having the want power to accomplish
So-
something.
So want power leads to willpower.
Yeah.
If we have a good want power, it leads to having
Yeah.
willpower.
So having that good prize in front of them. And, I think Jesus is a brilliant example of this.
As always.
Because,
Yeah.
it says in Hebrews 12, verse 2, for the joy set before him, he endured the cross. The prize of humanity being restored to God
Yeah.
was of such an incredible value to him. It was such a high prize that he was like, I'll even endure the cross. I'll even go
And
through
he lived
that.
such a disciplined life.
Such a
Prayer,
disciplined life
waking
to accomplish
early,
it.
following the Father, doing
Yeah.
what he needed to do. Why? Because there was a prize.
Prize,
There
and-
was something incredible.
And the prize was you, and it was me,
Yeah.
and that's just
Yeah.
amazing.
And guys, this is where we just want to encourage you right now. If you have lost focus off your prize, we want to encourage you, dig it up again, look at it again, let it inspire you
Inspire
again. Reconnect with the prize that you were aiming at.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have anything in front of you, there's no point in living a disciplined life. There's nothing,
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's point
so
number
good.
one.
Okay, what's point number 2?
Point number 2 is have strong accountability. All
That's
right?
good. That's
Now,
very good.
I was talking with someone actually this morning,
Sure.
and they are wanting to finish their thesis. All right, and
Yes.
they've got they want to do it in a month. And I was just asking them about that, and then I said, okay, and so what sort of accountability do you have, in that? And she said, oh, well, I've got a friend who checks up on me and encourages me, and I was like, okay, that's great. You have an encourager, but do you have accountability?
Very good.
And there's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we in our lives, we have a lot of encouragement. Hey, how you doing? Keep going, champ.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I
of,
believe
especially
in
in
you.
church environment, there's always this encouragement that we can tap into, and we need encouragement. Okay, we need it. We're not downplaying that.
Sure.
But there also needs to be this thing called accountability. And
Yeah.
accountability is different. Accountability is holding you account to.
Asking the hard questions.
It's like you said you would say, do this by this date. Have you done it?
Yeah.
You want to finish your thesis in
A month.
In a
Yeah.
month. Okay. That you've got 3 chapters. At the end of next week, I want to see the first one.
Yeah.
At the end of the second week, I want to see the second one.
Yeah.
To have that sort of accountability
Around.
in your life can really help you in staying disciplined.
So good.
All right.
So
and
good.
and there's many things you can do. You can recruit a friend and say, hey, let's build this accountability into our
Sure.
lives. You've got goals, I've got goals. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's not
Right.
just encourage each other. Let's be accountable
So good.
partners. You can hire a coach or even join a group. Sometimes just joining a group can lead to that.
Can fuel that.
Yeah,
So
so
good.
accountability is number 2, guys. If you can build that in your life, you can empower yourself to be more disciplined.
Yeah, it's so cool. And the third and final
What is the
one
third one?
is have time in the vine.
Wow.
And I think this is really awesome because it's
Yeah.
almost like as Christians we have a little
Unfair
we have an
advantage.
unfair advantage when it comes to self-discipline, when it comes to self-control, because it's actually a fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
in Galatians,
5,
it tells us that one of the fruit of the Spirit is this thing called self-discipline, self-control.
Yeah.
So if we are spending time in the vine, if we are tapping in to what is available to us from God directly, it becomes something that just naturally comes out of us. Because
Wow.
it's part and parcel of God. It's
what
part
He
of His
supplies
nature.
in our life.
And He, just like a branch is connected
Yeah.
and there's sap that flows through it, it's like we're connected to His very nature, and self-discipline, self-control is part of that. So there's a grace
That
to
comes.
actually
Time in the vine.
become a person who is self-disciplined. So the more time we spend with God in His presence, time with Him, the more self-disciplined
I
we're
got a
going to
scripture
be.
for you on that.
Bring it on.
Philippians 4:13, Apostle Paul. I can do all things through.
Christ Jesus who strengthens me.
You know, I just think about how many times in my life alone where I've got to get through stuff and
Yeah.
I've got to get to a goal.
Yeah,
And how many times just waking up a little bit early and spending time in the vine
yeah,
has given me that strength to
Yeah.
day by day do what it needs to be done. When my
Yeah.
body's tired, my mind's tired, my emotions are wrecked.
There's a grace
there's a
that you tap
supernatural
into.
grace that can come upon you,
Yeah,
which we have in Christ.
so good.
You can do all things through Christ who strengthens
I love
you.
that.
So,
It's so good.
first up was
The prize.
the prize. Have a
yes,
great
have
prize.
a great prize.
Okay.
And then be accountable.
Be accountable and then spend time in
Time
the
in the
vine.
vine.
Guys, we've got to live self-disciplined lives if we want to see these goals that these
Yeah.
things that we're aiming at in life come true.
And God created us to accomplish great things and
Yes, He
to do
does. He
great
has
things
great
and to
plans
bring
for our
great
lives.
things into the earth.
But it's
so
not going to happen without
we're gonna
us
have to be
responding and living disciplined lives. So we hope this blessed you, encouraged you. If you want us to talk about anything on the couch, remember to email us at wayneandtrish@iandurbin.org. It's on the screen. We'll see you next time.
Cool.